YouTube, and welcome back to another video. Today we have a special video going on. We're playing Space Hulk Deathwing's Enhanced version, and we have a special guest with us. My cousin,
How's it going?
who is my
I,
residential Warhammer expert, so he should be able to fill us in on lore and whatnot.
yeah, so what Copton's getting himself into is he has been invoked into the ranks of the almighty Space Marines, in particular the Dark Angels chapter. And a little bit of background, the Space Marine is a genetically enhanced superhuman. Long story short, it looks like that. They're about 2.5, 3 meter tall. So, depending on whether you're in the U.S. or somewhere else, that can be anywhere from 2.5 to 3 meters, or we're talking 7, 8, potentially upwards of 8.5 feet tall. So, big guys. Pretty husky as well. We're talking broad shoulders, big muscles. They've got extra organs, 2 hearts, extra lungs, all the good stuff you need to survive in the grimdark of the 41st millennium. And what they have stumbled upon is they are part of a chapter, and they are investigating a space Hulk. Now, in Warhammer, you travel faster than the speed of light by popping in and out of an alternate dimension that is not quite parallel to our own. It has tides, kind of like the ocean does, and there are very specific people who can read these tides. But the point is, this other world is not the friendliest place. It's called the Warp, and that's where you're going to find all of these nasty demons, gods of chaos, and all souls end up there and usually get eaten by various demons after they kick the bucket. It's not a fun place to be. But anyway, these ships that all end up in the Warp after their crew dies all get smashed together and just come out as this amalgamation when they pop out of the Warp occasionally.
Sort of like over here.
Sometimes that's what we're looking at, is this giant, what's called a Space Hulk. It's a whole bunch of ships that have been basically fused in impossible ways. But when you're in the Warp, nothing's impossible in hell. But what it boils down to is sometimes they have some fun inhabitants. They're going to give you some nice plot for it, so I won't ruin that. But do know that the Dark Angels, the chapter of Space Marines, so kind of like these, it's like the Marines versus the Army versus the Navy. The Dark Angels are a very secretive chapter, and they have some things in their past that they don't want others to find out about. So when the Dark Angels find relics from their chapter, they are very interested in figuring out what those relics are before anybody else gets a hold of them, just in case they might be sharing some of those secrets. I'm not going to tell you guys any more than that. We can go ahead and jump in, but hopefully that gives you enough background that you'll understand what's happening here. All right, let's have some fun.
So I have played only the tutorial to get my settings down, set up the key bindings, see if adjust volume levels, that sort of thing. So I haven't played any of the campaign. I haven't seen any of the campaign. So this will be a shared experience for both of us. So here we go. Yes, I want to play on normal. Current game progress? What game progress? I didn't have game progress. I played a tutorial. Chapter 1. Oh.
This is Grand Master Belial, addressing all warriors of the First Company. Forged from countless ships in the seething forces of warp space, a Space Hulk has been deposited here by the uncaring tides of the Immaterium. I have dubbed this drifting lair of abominations Olethros. A hive swarm of Tyranids already besets the system. So while the honored warriors of the Deathwing embark upon the purging of this space hulk, our brothers shall assist the Astra Militarum and Imperial Navy in destroying this tendril of the Great Devourer. Command of the assault belongs to an epistolary of the Librarian, a deadly battle psyker of the chapter. Leading a specially assembled squad, the Librarian will investigate abnormal augur returns and psychic emanations from within the space hulk.
Premonitions. The ether gifts me visions. I see a threat far more deadly than gene-hungry Tyranids. A scream and a dark promise. A ship in the shadow, a relic from our secret past. I feel the tightness in my gut as I see a cataclysm as yet unseen. The Umbra Mortalis descends upon us. The shadow of death.
At least they translated it.
Brothers, the first scans of the Space Hulk have revealed a Dark Angel ship that dates back to the Age of Heresy. It is located in the heart of the Olethros Space Hulk. This ship from our ancestors seems to be protected by a mysterious energy field. Teleportation to the ship is currently impossible. The only way to reach it is through the main mass of the Space Hulk. Reaching this ship is your primary concern. Trust your battle brothers to deal with the rest of the Olethros. Brothers, retribution is at hand. It is our strength. We are the sons of Caliban. Let fury guide your weapons. Let vengeance be your song. We are the angels of death, and our enemies shall fall.
Those were boarding torpedoes, by the way.
I kind of
They are
figured.
vessels, with big drills on the end. The whole idea is fire them at an enemy ship. It will drill itself into the ship, create an air seal, and then let your troops walk right into their ship. Really sucks when you miss, though, because now you're just kind of on a torpedo nowhere.
So, would you care to explain to our viewers what the Age of Heresy is, for those who don't know?
Yeah, so the Age of Heresy, Space Marines are the protectors of man. This is the 41st millennium of our own universe, and for a long time, humans kind of kept screwing themselves over, to put it lightly. And finally, the big bad man of the century, or man of the millennium, as the case may be, or possibly man of eternity, a man they now refer to as the Emperor,
Your sensorium should receive Gideon's beacon
is...
signal, though it will be weak. We need Squad Gideon to secure the breaching zone. Locate them as quickly as possible. When you're successful, proceed to secure the landing area to establish the full bridgehead. Praise the Lion.
Praise the Lion. Alright, finish up.
The Lion. So, the Emperor is a superhuman even beyond that of the Space Marines. We're talking 12 feet tall, has psychic power, so he can tune into the warp and use the powers and energy within the warp to alter reality, which actually so can Copton's character. He is a librarian, but he can't do it to the extreme the Emperor can. And the Emperor decided he was going to take charge of the human race, and the way he was going to do it is he was going to create these genetically enhanced superhumans. So each chapter of Space Marines, he created with one leader, who the leader was derived directly from him. The Space Marines themselves were derived from that leader, so Space Marines could kind of be looked at as the Emperor's grandchildren, and each legion has a Primarch, which would then be the Emperor's son, so to speak. When they say praise the Lion, the reason for that is the Dark Angel's Primarch was Lion L. Johnson. That's why you will also see Lion insignias quite a bit on Dark Angel's things. But he is no longer with us. He died during what is called the Horus Heresy. Essentially, we had 18 Space Marine legions, and then, quite unfortunately, the Chaos Gods convinced 9 of those Primarchs and their legions to not stay on the side of the Emperor and serve Chaos. So when they refer to the heresy, that's what they're talking about, is when half the Space Marines actually turned evil and joined the side of Hellscape. So David is still loyal to the Emperor. He is part of the Imperium. And he and his battle brothers are investigating what's going on with the Dark Angels. Because they have a secret from the heresy time where it is possible they were not as loyal as everyone seems to think they are now. But David's character, nonetheless, is totally loyal to the Emperor. Copton's character, sorry.
It doesn't matter. Apparently I can walk through other Space Marines.
They get out of your way really quickly. They're remarkably agile for walking around in Terminator armor. By the way, the armor that Space Marines get, all of their equipment, is super, super expensive and high-tech. It's the best that the Imperium of the Emperor, the Imperium of Man, has to offer. In David's specific case, it is the hyper-elite armor. It was originally created in this universe in order to be able to withstand being almost inside of a sun. So it's pretty intense armor. Now, that being said, we will likely run into a few alien creatures that have claws that are actually nasty enough to break through that armor.
I don't think I'm going to risk going over that.
Yeah, you're not so good at jumping in that particular armor.
Alright. How do I get up there? Ah. Come on. Wonder if there's a flashlight. Kind of dark.
It's a grim dark of the 41st millennium. You didn't take that literally?
Really quick. Let's just see if there's a... There. Torch. There we go.
Voila. Even genetically enhanced superhumans need flashlights sometimes.
Absolutely. Alright, 1 second.
Hobson doesn't like to open doors. He figures we'll just go through them the easy way.
Knock, knock. Besides, America doesn't knock because freedom rings.
We're not acknowledging that this is definitely a UK-based game.
So far, no baddies.
No, you're obviously totally safe and alone.
Yeah.
Also, remember that lovely little mini-map in your bottom right corner will not only tell you when enemies are coming, but it gives you a general direction as to where they're coming from. Yeah, that looks like a bad pathway to walk down.
Guess this wasn't the way we needed to go.
Not yet.
How about
David
over?
has amazing psychic powers, one of which in many of the games that you can play and in the lore is precognition, but apparently he missed out on that one.
I have shockwave and something else. Nope. Out of the way.
Go all the way down this pathway.
Oh, do you know where I'm going?
I do know where you're going.
Okay. Do I need to go around there?
Yep, take a right.
Alright.
Don't activate the sentry gun because it will shoot you.
Sentry gun?
So, yeah. Right there, look in your minimap. See a little orange thing?
Oh.
That is a sentry gun. It means you can go back to your other screen and hack into it and use it to look around if you so feel like it.
Okay.
But if you just say enable, it will shoot anything that moves. Might come in really handy later when you're trying to defend an area against various alien threats. But at the moment, what's moving is you. Turn around and open the door. That opens it.
This door, right?
That's the door.
Okay.
I mean, I admit, you're in Terminator armor. They're not really all that subtle.
Lots of dead tech priests around here.
Yeah, there are some nasty things that went down. Also, don't shoot all your servo skulls. They're what are scanning, trying to tell you where enemies are coming from.
Got it. I haven't shot any yet.
A door we actually have to open.
What are you doing, little guy? Are you there for a reason?
That's just one of your servo skulls.
I know, but he was
They
hovering.
float around, scan.
Coming.
Oh, turn around. Yeah. So this is a Mechanicum log. So on the ship, all of the people who work with tech and build it are part of an organization called the Mechanicum. They are people who mostly replace all of their parts with the exception of their brain with machine, because there was a point in humans past where they had AI and it kind of turned against them and caused some serious problems. So since then, you can make a machine as complex as you want, but it has to have a human brain controlling it in the end. Do we want to read what that says? Because these are the logs that are all going to tell you about all the fluff in the game. So, in this case, let's see what we got.
I'm sorry,
Opening
I
up
can't
the
read
text.
binary. So it says the Sensorium have detected a vessel belonging to the ancient time of the legions
Astartes.
and the Mechanicum. Indications are that it is in good condition. We must reach this vessel. It is likely to contain ancient machines, data, and relics. Securing these treasures is an absolute priority. Alert! Machine relics detected. And then data analysis, bunch of numbers. Sensorium
encryption.
reports received. Transmitting. Level 5 encryption. Data compiled. The Omnissiah knows all and comprehends all.
So the reason they're after those machines and super excited that they might be on the old ship is that while they were amidst the whole we made AIs and they were doing all this stuff, one of the things the AIs were doing was building all of their machines for them. Which means when the AIs turned against humanity and we had to destroy all the AIs, nobody knew how to build machines anymore. So they get really excited when they find old tech because it allows them to reverse engineer and build machines that can build their machines again. So if they actually want to be at the technological prowess and height that they were before, they need to find as much technology from ancient times as possible. Oh, we had another screen there, David. Did you want to check it out?
Oh. So we did. I cannot read binary. I'm sorry.
You're not getting that fast? What's wrong with you?
I'm rusty.
Oh, okay. It's okay. You're a space marine. You obviously aren't a mechanical.
Yes.
Magos.
This is a message to all exterior mages. Arc
Explorer mages, archaeoxenologists.
and other treasure seekers. Don't miss the opportunity. This treasure chest of data contains mysterious dating from the Heresy Wars and even earlier of the second knowledge of the Omnissiah. The Mechanicus of the sacred cult must do whatever it takes to recover them, including risking their own lives. Exant 1001101. Make sure to consolidate all the data collecting from the librarians
cogitators,
for transcription and translation. All information recovered must be blessed before use. Praise the Omnissiah. Our mission will grant us great rewards and a macro algoritmation. I'm butchering these words, I know. Has emerged from the warp. It is our duty to claim its bounty for Mars and the Omnissiah. We plan to remain docked with the
agglomeration
and ride it as it returns to the warp. 1 second. Sorry. As it returns to the warp. If we are deemed worthy, we may be granted a richness of data. Knowledge is power. Exploration protocol underway. Binaric benedictions underway. Prayer circles activated. Prayer circles? Can I come pray?
Oh, yeah.
Stand by.
Yep.
Units awakening. Space Hulk Orthios docking complete.
By this point in the history of the Warhammer universe, not only is the Emperor thought of as a god, but the Mechanicum tends to look to him as a, hey, David ran into something that doesn't seem all that friendly. Sorry, got distracted there. But at this point, the Emperor is looked at as the god and the Omnissiah of all technology. He is the ultimate machine god to the Mechanicum. Now, the Mechanicum also, during the Horus Heresy, had a bit of a problem. It was kind of, interestingly enough, along the lines of a similar conflict as Judaism and Christianity have. Half the Mechanicum said, oh yes, the Omnissiah is here, it is the Emperor, our God has come, and we should worship him. That is the group of the Mechanicum that currently still serves and is loyal to the Emperor. However, the other half of the Mechanicum went, our God is not yet here, this is not our God, we still wait for our Omnissiah. They decided to betray the Emperor and to turn to the ways of chaos. So, the Mechanicum absolutely are constantly praying to the machine gods and machine spirits in all technology. Again, because they don't actually know how to build any of it. They lost all of that. So, it's become a very religious nature. We are in the 41st millennium and we should be highly technologically advanced, but really they are almost in, the Stone Age. When it comes to understanding how and why this stuff works. They can repair it. That's about all they got. They don't know how to build it, and so they treat it like this supernatural thing where they are praying to it and assuming it will protect them, and the machine god or the Emperor will also watch over them.
Whoop. I'm assuming that the little indicator on my mini map indicates like a relic, but
That is not a relic indicator, that is a spawning point indicator.
oh,
If you're going to run into nasty things like you did just a second ago, that's where they're going to come from. Space Hulks have a tendency, so these giant ship amalgamations have a tendency to be infested by a particular kind of xenos we refer to as gene stealers. These are really nasty guys. They do exactly what it sounds like they do. They'll get onto a planet and they will actually, like a parasite, insert their genetic code, or like a virus, into the human genetic code. And as those humans have babies, those babies are not only completely dedicated to the cause of the Tyranids, which is the
oh,
group from which Gene Stealers come up. Hold up. We'll watch this cutscene. Hey, I think I found our brother Space Marine.
Let me see.
Or at least you had a vision of him.